Now, the Conservative-controlled Surrey Council is going to hold a referendum on whether to increase council tax by 15% to fund improved social care in the county. The council says it's got a huge gap in its budget as a result of cuts by Westminster. The area includes the constituencies of the Chancellor, Philip Hammond, and the Health Secretary, Jeremy Hunt. Well, let's discuss this now, because in our Westminster studio is David Hodge. He's actually in Farringdon, in fact. David Hodge, who is leader of Surrey County Council. Thank you so much for being with us. Can you just tell us, first of all, the typical council tax bill, I think, in Surrey would go up to £1,500 a year. Why would anybody vote for that in a referendum?
Thank you, Ben. It's really important that we protect the vital services for Surrey residents. Since 2010, the government has cut Surrey's grant by 170 million, and we must look to protect the services for our adult social care and learning disabilities and children's services, which are rising every year.
We were talking to the Taxpayers Alliance. They were suggesting that you make cuts in other services in order to bridge that gap. I mean, for example, what's the salary of your chief executive? It's about £250,000 a year, isn't it?
I think the important thing to bear in mind is that since 2010, we have taken £450 million out of our annual budget, and we are planning to save £700 million by 2020.
But do you not agree? I mean, a chief executive who's earning more than the Prime Minister, that symbolically, that's not very good at a time when you're asking your council taxpayers to pay a lot more.
I think it's important to bear in mind to let us centre on the real issues here. The real issues here are that the County Council has lost 170 million of funding. We need 24 million a year extra for the growing demand of adult social care. We have lost 32 million out of 70 million for learning disabilities that the government says we need. And when the government announced the better care funding, Surrey should have got 25 million a year. I regret this year we're getting nothing. Next year, nothing. And in 1920, we're getting 1.5 million. We are not getting the 25 million the government says we should. But Birmingham, the government says should get 39 million, and are actually getting 52 million.
The last time there was a referendum like this, I think in Bedfordshire in 2015, the council lost that. If you lose, what will happen?
This is a really important point, Ben. This is about honesty, integrity, and telling the truth to the people of Surrey. We need to make sure that they're aware of the facts. And the facts are we have to look after people. It's our statutory duty for people in old age, people with learning disabilities, and we must protect children. We've all seen the stories in papers recently. It's really important that we protect children and look after learning disabilities.
David Hodge, thank you very much for your time and being with us here on BBC News. David Hodge, they're the leader of Surrey County Council. Thank you.